Hello and welcome back to another Lit Reviews with your boy, the Bruzzinator. Yes, it's me. And you can catch me on TikTok. You can catch me on Twitch. You can catch me on Instagram. And you can catch me posted on Twitter now. So make sure you check out your boy on all platforms. And while we're at it, make sure you hit that notification bell, hit the like on this video, leave a comment down below, and make sure you subscribe, man. Subscribe. So we're not going to get too far into that. Right now, it's just the aftermath of my birthday celebration, so this is why this video is going to be a little short. It's not as well prepared as I usually am. Bad timing, but I did have a blast for my birthday, and I'll tell you guys about it a little bit later. But without further ado, if you guys are looking to do some streaming, if you're ready to do some Twitch streaming or podcast, you're looking for a good microphone, this review might be the one you want to stick around for. So without further ado, let's get lit. For this review right here, this is an early birthday gift that my wife got me to help me on my Twitch streaming, because now she's supporting me trying to become a full-time content creator. Hopefully in the next couple of years, that'll be something that's a reality. But she got me dun 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 HyperX Quadcast Microphone. It's different than the microphone I'm using right now. This is my Boya lavalier microphone. That's strictly for YouTube videos. This microphone is strictly for Twitch streaming. You can also use it for like podcasts or anything else you need to really use it for. It also has 4 polar patterns that you can use polar. So you have your stereo, you have your omnidirectional, you have your cardioid. I hope I said that right, cardioid, and your bidirectional. So we'll break that down a little bit later, but let me show you. This thing is beautiful. I was actually blown away when I got it, and I will bring it on over. This is the HyperX Quadcast microphone, and it looks it's as sick as it looks. We will do a sound test a little bit later in this video, but this is made of, from using Five Below material to getting something like this, I now know what quality is. It is this. The stand, that is metal stand, like solid. I mean, the whole frame, metal, solid. I mean, I'm not afraid of this breaking anytime. The microphone's solid. I like the fact that it does light up red. I don't have the different color that you could change it. That thing, that's the S series. But I'm in love with this regardless. In the front here, you have your volume, your gain. So these right here, these little dots, this is all the way almost silent. And you kind of crank it up like that, all the way to past max, and it's super loud. And then on the back, those polars I was talking about are on the back. So you have 4 settings there that you could flip it through. You just kind of turn it. Cardioid, I think, is the best for streaming. So if you're doing a podcast or streaming, basically how it breaks down when you look at it, you have your first setting. Let me take a look at the handy dandy guide here, how they break it down. Your stereo, so that's your vocals, your instruments. Pretty much that's what you want to use it for. You're going to get a directional all around kind of sound coming from it. So you have that. You have your omnidirectional, which is for like you have multiple people talking. You have like a whole panel of people on your podcast that will pick up everywhere. So you got to think about it this way. Your omnidirectional is all around. Your stereo is going to pick left and right. And then you have your cardioid, I think I said that right, that's going to pick up essentially right here. making that look way too gross. but it's going to pick up right in front. And then you have your last one, which is your bidirectional, which is going to pick up towards your mouth and away from your mouth, but not left and right. And I have to say it does a very good job of doing that for you. I also like there's a mute on the top. So I bring it in close for you. There's a mute button, but it also, what I really like about it, it turns the red off. So when I have the mic on, I tap it, it's red, it glows, it's beautiful, gorgeous. But now you can hear me talking on the microphone. Well, you can't hear it right now because I don't have anything recording it, but you would if I'm doing my Twitch stream. And then you just tap it, boom, like that. Very sensitive, but now it's muted. You can tell with the light off that you're not picking up, no one can hear you say. So if you're like, man, if you're like talking, you're like, oh yeah, like I play Apex. I'm like, yeah, headshot, mother. I did that. You saw that? Whole squad wipe, baby. Yeah, you know, so that way they don't hear the bad stuff you gotta say. Or if you're gonna tell like a raunchy joke to the people you're playing with the game with in the chat, you mute it. You mute it real quick so they don't hear it. That's what you do with that. So we will get to the sound test. Like I said, I'm in love with it. I get excited to do my Twitch streams now just because of that microphone. And I did have a little bit of a hiccup the very first time I used it. But once I started OBS again, clear skies. It worked just fine. We'll get to the litness review in just a moment. Or, well, you know, I'll put it on the litness scale. Let's go. Litness scale, I'm going to have to put this at a 9 out of 10. Like, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with this. Like, I will probably use this for years to come. And I believe my wife spent like $100 on it. So not super expensive, but also not like really cheap like I'm used to doing for you guys. So this one, it costs a little money out of the pocket, but it was well worth it, especially if I continue to keep growing. It works. But like I said, if you're one of these starting off streamers, you know, you could use your webcam. I have the Nexigo webcam, and I had to do a few months where I'm just using that microphone because the other microphone kind of crapped out on me. So, and that one worked just fine. You can find a link or you could find the video right there. But I've been using that for a while. So if you're on a budget, you use the Nexigo, you get that. That'll do the video camera for you, and it will do the microphone for you. But when you start to build a little bit of money, invest in this HyperX Quadcast microphone. It's worth it. The quality of your streams, the audio will be so much better, and people will be so much more excited to watch you play. So let's get you that sound test, all right? So this is the first test. This is your this is your stereo for your vocals or instruments that pulls in from 3 sides, not all 4 sides, but 3 sides. And it's right now on level 2 on volume. This is level 1 on volume, level 2 on volume, level 3 on volume, level 4 on volume, and level 5 on volume. And now we change the polar over to omnidirectional, because as you can hear on the stereo, you can hear. So if I talk over here or I talk over here, that's where you're going to hear it. Now this is omnidirectional. This is for multi-person podcast, conference calls. This is going to come in from all sounds, all sides. You can hear the sound everywhere. Then you have your cardioid, which is going to be front and back. So it's going to hear the front, and it's actually only going to hear the front. So this is usually what most streamers use, is the cardioid, because it's just you talking, and you're talking right into the mic. And you got your 1, your 2, your 3, your 4, your 5, and your max volume. And then you have your bidirectional, and that's going to be your front and back. I'm sorry about the last mistake, but your bidirectional is your front and your back, so you'll hear me in the front, hear me in the back. But on the sides, you're not getting it. So that is the 4 sides on it. I personally prefer the cardioid. I think it is amazing. So I'm going to switch back to that. And I like to be at like a 2, so you can hear me and it should come in pretty clearly. All right, there's the sound test for you. Bye. And last, I forgot to mention the accessories you get with it. I don't know why I forgot about that, but I did. So quickly, you actually have an adapter. So if you have like a boom mic, like a boom stand, and you have your mic come out from like behind your monitor and it kind of hangs down, they give you an adapter so you can hook your microphone up to that boom, which is pretty awesome that they think about that. And they give you a very generous cord to hook up to your computer. I believe it's like a 9-foot cord. Like, there's so much extra here. So even if you need to stretch it around, you have the ability to. I think that was really awesome of them to make sure that you had enough cable and that you have an adapter to hook it up to any other type of setup that you have going on. So, and it's just an easy like screw on. Got your little mount here. It's not too bad. Nice solid material. This part a little flimsy, but the actual like screw on part, very solid. But that's the review for today. So I hope you enjoy yourself. Take care and stay lit.